In this video, I'm going to go over a question I get asked a lot by a lot of students who come to me who've already learned a little bit something about playing the guitar, can do certain things, maybe you've had a couple teachers, watched a bunch of videos, whatever. A lot of people come in with this question. The question is this: what way should I be playing a G chord? Should I be doing it like this with these fingers, or like that with 4 fingers, or should I play it like this? Because a lot of people say, because one of my first teachers ever told me that like this way lets me get to a C a lot easier. So let's just take 2 shapes first. We'll take this way, which in my opinion is probably the most common way. G, B, open D, open G, open B, and G, your ring finger on the high G. I think that's the most common way people learn how to do a G chord. The secondary way, using the same exact notes but different fingers, is G with your ring, B with your second, D is open, G is open, B is open, and then because of this, the pinky, a lot of people can't use their pinky. So to me, that's not as common. However, is it easier to go or is it easier to go depends what you learned and how much you've practiced and how much you've done them both. So usually I tell people, whatever you're comfortable with is the best way to start. Keep it that way until you find reasons to try to learn these other shapes to use them. So let's see, if I have a little chord progression, I want to put in some fills. If I hold the chord like this, we'll just take that nice little chord progression there, which is basically a G chord to a type of C add 9 to a D. Oh, somebody said, what's a C add 9? Okay, so you have G, G, B, D, G, B, and G. And what you're doing literally is you're taking these 2 fingers and moving them down 1 set of strings, and this finger here moving up 1 string. So the notes go from G to B. These 2 fingers go to C on the 5th string to E. And then this finger that was on the 1st string comes up to the 2nd string, gives you a D. That's a C add 9. So you have this sort of closed shape to an open shape. So a closed G chord gives you a C add 9, it's called, to an open gives you a regular old G chord. And the chord progression I was using went G, to 2 measures of D. And we want to put some fills in here. So you can see that leaves me a lot of stuff where I can, on any one of these 3 chords, because my first finger is hanging over that 2nd fret. So you can get a lot of that 2nd fret action in there. Could also get some of this. Where you move your first finger. So that's one thing that you can do with that chord shape that's pretty cool. Actually, there's 2 things. You can do this and you can close it up and get a pretty nice sound in C add 9 there pretty easily too. So let's explore what the advantages might be of playing the chord this way, G, B, D, G, and G with our pinky. The biggest advantage is all you have to do to get to a C chord is take these two fingers, move them that way to C and E. You could even leave your pinky down and your first finger goes to C on string 2. That's a C chord. So no doubt it's a pretty fast way. D, you still have to kind of let go. Then you have to get back to this. So you can have all those kind of neat things. I went to the C, add 9 there. So really you have a good number of uses, both ways, and you probably, after you practice them long enough, you can do them both pretty much as quick. Different advantages. Sometimes, depending on what you're playing, you know, you might end up grabbing G like that. So here we are at our third shape. This one. This is a very useful shape. A lot of people really like this shape. A lot of just pure strummers love this shape because you can keep these two fingers planted right here. And you can move these two fingers down towards the floor to give you a C add 9 chord, a very nice one. High G on the top still. So you have this is a G chord, G, B, D, G, D, G. All 4 fingers down. You can close these fingers down and get a C add 9. You can leave these 2 fingers down and get a D sus4. You can even get an E minor 7 with those 2 fingers down. So this way gives you a lot of options where you can keep those as a drone. So this shape has some advantages too. It's easy to switch. You also can get D, 7 sus4 with F sharp in the bass. Another really cool thing that you can do with this shape that I like, and I teach all my students to try to do this with any chord they learn, because to learn how to switch chords quick, you kind of have to be able to jump to the whole chord. You don't want to be doing like things where you put one finger down at a time for the rest of your life. You want to be able to land on these guys. So one of my philosophies with landing on these guys is this. When you make a chord, not only practice playing it where it goes, there, but strum it, experiment around, try moving it up and down the frets. Some places might sound really cool, and some might sound horrible. The horrible places avoid. So besides sliding it up and down, besides doing that, that doesn't sound so great when you take this G but it doesn't sound bad. It's just not as definitive as having that extra note up here. Because what happens, it gives you another open ringing string, so you have more altered chords, much more altered. That's the ninth in an A chord, it's the major 7 in a C, it's the 6 in a D. Whereas here, that's a regular G chord. This is an A7 and an A11, actually, A7 add 11, or 11. This is a C add 9 chord again. C, E, D, G, G, C. And this is called a D 11 chord, or a D add 4. Yeah, it's not an 11 because there's no 7th present. Really pretty. And one thing I like to do with these shapes is pick them. So what's the best way to play G? This way, or this way? Each one of them has their advantages. My best advice is get good at one of them, then learn how to do the other one, and then learn how to do the third one. They're all great G's. Have a great day. Hope you get to play a lot of guitar. Thanks for watching.